Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here today to do a Patreon request from this patron right here. Ask us to check out Shadow of Intent, Gravesinger. But I want to do another shout out. And this one goes to our good friend, Tubby Bitch, Galactic Criminal. And because of him, we discovered Shadow of Intent.
Yeah.
The first ever video that we did on the channel of this band was his request. And because of that, I started listening to the band. And because of that, I went to see these guys within Fairy at Hard Luck Bar this year, at the beginning of the year, before the COVID thing.
Before the Ronas.
Before the Rona got out of hand and spread like a virus. Well, it is a virus. Never mind. That was very, very redundant.
Yeah.
It went viral.
It went viral,
It went viral. All right, so Shadow of Intent, Gravesinger. You like Shadow of Intent as well?
Yeah.
Are you ready for some deathcore?
I'm always ready for some deathcore that I enjoy.
Which is a very limited...
Which is a very limited amount of deathcore. Yeah.
Okay, and these guys fit the bill. All right, so on that note, let me put my headphones on and let's get this started. wish all deathcore was like this.
How are
Maybe,
you?
not
How are you reading my mind?
Not all, but you know what I mean. Like these guys.
No, you wish most deathcore was like this kind of.
I think of deathcore the same way I look at Mount Olympus, where all the gods are together. So it's not like everybody gets to go there.
Yeah,
only Zeus and the rest of the gods. Only a selected few.
Only the list. Whoever made the list.
Whoever is worthy enough to sit with the gods at the Parthenon.
These guys are sitting right next to
the Greek Parthenon gods. Oh, these guys fit for an autopsy. These guys, Lorna Shore.
But they all do. They all have the same thing where they
Diartas murder and
so
Carnifex.
much,
To me, it's
they add so much to their deathcore that kind of takes it away from normal deathcore and it just makes it its own thing.
I know,
like I like to call this stuff like melodic deathcore or symphonic deathcore, stuff like that.
I agree with you, and that's why I say they're sitting at the Parthenon of the gods there, because I find this genre sometimes a little bit overbearing, because you could almost I can listen to a deathcore band, and I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but you can listen to some bands and you can almost mail it in when there's going to be a breakdown, when there's going to be a scream, a squeal, whatever the case might be, a fill-in, like a certain transition,
guitar,
whatever the case might be. Like you could totally like a specific lick, like you could totally feel like when those things are coming. I could sit here, I've never heard the song before, and I could pause the song and tell you exactly what's going to happen next. So that to me takes away from the genre and takes away from you listening to, because at that point I think people listen to it just because it's heavy and they want something heavy for heavy sakes, right? Just because it's heavy. I want more than that.
Yeah.
How many bands, instead of throwing that solo was absolutely incredible.
But so many bands wouldn't do that. They would just do a breakdown.
I was just going to say that. How many bands within this genre, in that spot, instead of doing that solo, they would just do a heavy breakdown with a blah and then a break.
See, exactly.
How many?
All of them.
That to me is oversaturated. It's oversaturated.
You need something. You need some spices. Deathcore, in my
and the
opinion,
symphonic elements on this track, holy shit, dude, like the atmosphere that it creates.
This song, so much atmosphere, especially in the chorus, where the drums are just absolutely killing like machine guns, but you can still hear that like ascending.
Definitely
atmosphere.
ascending. There's a definitely ascending atmosphere. But even in the guitar solo, the solo is so levitating, and the drums are still so heavy behind it. I love it. I love it. This guy, by the way, has one of the best vocals in the genre.
Yeah,
he kills it.
Especially in the chorus where he kind of switches it up.
I've seen these guys live. I saw them at the Hard Luck Bar within Ferry. I can't remember. I think there were 4 bands on the bill that night. But let's face the facts. I went there to see In Ferry and to see these guys. They were the headliners, right? And I went with our good friend Ben and his brother. The 3 of us, we went to the Hard Luck Bar for this show. These guys live are as good as what you heard here. Ooh. It's not like there's a drop in quality or you're like, oh, you know. Obviously, live, there's always a different vibe. There's always, depending on where you are, the venue, and whatever. But the quality is there, 100%. What you hear on the CD, studio, audio, whatever you want to call it, you're going to get it live. And the quality of the energy that he has. By the way, I think when I saw them in Toronto, he was wearing that Cannibal Corpse t-shirt as well. Maybe that's from the same tour. Maybe this was shot during the same tour. I'm thinking that might be the case. These guys killed it live. And the Hard Luck, you've never been to the Hard Luck Bar. It's really tiny. It's on the second floor. It's really tiny place. But they killed it. Them and In Ferry, absolutely. I went there to really see both bands. And they killed, both bands absolutely destroyed it. But this track is filthy.
Yeah.
This is one of those tracks that after you listen to it, you have to go take a shower. Just to feel slightly better about yourself.
But then you have to listen to it in the shower too.
Dude, this... I can't get over the fact the atmosphere that symphonic elements that they added to the track, the atmosphere that it creates, it feels like an atom bomb. That when it explodes, it doesn't just stay like this. It keeps spreading, and it just keeps going. It keeps going.
It has that feeling for me too. But when the mushroom cloud kind of ascends, that's when all of that symphonic stuff kind of
lifts up.
Yeah.
But the solo was magnificent. And honestly, like, once again, how many bands would just throw a breakdown there?
Exactly.
And it's not just any solo. It's not like it was just like, like a guitar solo here. Sometimes bands, a lot of bands within the genre sometimes throw a solo, but the solo is so short. It's like, it's not even the tip.
It's not even the tip.
At that point, you just peekabooed. That's all you did. You peekabooed. You know what I mean?
Beating around the bush.
You pulled your foreskin back and forth twice, and that was it. So, but these guys, no, this solo, it was long.
Yeah.
And it was melodic and had changes in it. Oh my God, absolutely incredible track. Wow. And watching them play it, like the live image now makes me miss shows even more.
But that's a good comparison for all these deathcore bands. You know, they're like the gods.
I think they're, in my opinion, my humble opinion,
Because
I'm not a huge fan of the genre.
A lot of deathcore to me is bland. Like, it's just the same.
Yeah, if
I play, there's nothing to it. It's just
I can play you 2 tracks and you can't even tell which one is from which band.
Exactly.
It all sounds the same.
These guys,
I'm telling you, they're in the Parthenon of the gods. They're in the Parthenon of the gods.
They're in Valhalla.
They're up there with a very selected few, in my mind, that really take this genre to the next level. They said that this genre is good, but we can make it better. And then they really push the envelope as far as the genre.
Deathcore great again.
Yeah, I think so. I really think so. Oh, this was delicious.
Yeah.
This was delicious. Meaty.
Very meaty.
Very meaty. All right. Thank you for the patron that requested this. And once again, thank you to Galactic Criminal for pointing us in this direction. If it wasn't for Galactic Criminal, I don't think I would have gone to the live show and seen these guys live. And I can mark that off my bucket list of bands to see live. Out of all the bands we've talked about, as far as my favorite deathcore bands, I think the only one that I haven't seen live is... No, actually, we saw The Art is Murder. So I think I've covered them all.
Yeah.
I think I've covered
them all.
I
haven't.
You haven't, but I've covered them all. All right, guys. On that note, come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.